One more time, very loud, meaning.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, a little louder. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Am I audible?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna, Mother. So, today's class was supposed to be given by Her Grace, Vrindavaneshwari Radhika Devi Dasi from ISKCON, Philadelphia, but probably not sure what happened. She's not here, but what we can do in the interest of the time, we can offer prayers and start reading the text, and hopefully she will join and we can continue. We can hear from her about this text. So we'll start with, let's see, somebody join. Let me see who is there. Okay. Yeah, while we are waiting for Mataji, we can offer prayers and maybe, hopefully she will join soon and we can hear from her. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girvardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Jaya Nitai Gaur Chandra Gaura Hari Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Shri Subhadra Jaya Radha Sharad Bihari Radha Sharad Bihari Radhe Radhe Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gaur Premanande जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरश्री श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरश्री श्रीमद् हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। नवदीप धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगा माई की जय। यमुना माई की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। बृहद मृदंगम की जय। संवत भक्त वत्सल की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोलो। All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. So once again, today's class was scheduled to be given by Her Grace Vrindavaneshwari Radhika Mataji from ISKCON Philadelphia. For some reason, I don't know whether it's a connection issue or something, she is not able to join. And I know Parikshit Prabhu is running around for Rath Yatra services in the morning. He has to take care of trucks and whatnot, too many services. So what we will do, we will start offering our prayers, Mangalacharan, read the text, purport, translation, and hopefully Mataji will be able to join and we can hear from her. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमान कृतुदास अधिकारी नाम। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class. The verse we are going to read today is from Canto 2, Chapter 7, text number 53. māyāṁ varṇayato muṣya īśvarasyānumodataḥ śṛṇvataḥ śraddhayā nityaṁ māyayātmā na muhyati. māyāṁ varṇayato muṣya īśvarasyānumodataḥ śṛṇvataḥ śraddhayā nityaṁ māyayātmana muhyati. māyāṁ varṇayato muṣya īśvarasyānumodataḥ śṛṇvataḥ śraddhayā nityaṁ māyayātmana muhyati. Anyone would like to recite?
māyāṁ varṇayato muṣya īśvarasyānumodataḥ śṛṇvataḥ śraddhayā nityaṁ māyayātmā muhyati. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
māyāṁ varṇayato muṣya īśvarasyānumodataḥ śṛṇvataḥ śraddhayā nityaṁ māyāyātmā muhyati. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Bol. Hare Krishna. Okay. Synonyms. māyāṁ, affairs of the external energy. varṇayataḥ, while describing. muṣya, of the Lord. īśvarasya, of the personality of Godhead. anumodataḥ, thus appreciating. śṛṇvataḥ, thus hearing. śraddhayā, with devotion. nityaṁ, regularly. māyayā, by the illusory energy. ātmā, the living entity. na, never. muhyati, becomes illusioned. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Lord's activities in association with His different energy should be described, appreciated, and heard in accordance with the teachings of the Supreme Lord. If this is done regularly with devotion and respect, one is sure to get out of the illusory energy of the Lord. Very, very important, very short translation, but let's, in case we missed it, please pay attention so that we can all make the best use of our time. I will read the translation once again, very, very important. The Lord's activities in association with His different energies should be described, appreciated, and heard in accordance with the teachings of the Supreme Lord. If this is done regularly with devotion and respect, one is sure to get out of the illusory energy of the Lord. So I hope we all caught that translation. So I just need help from all of you. Just in case if I miss seeing Mataji joining, please let me know. If you see her in the waiting list on the Zoom call. Let me see if she's here. I don't see her. Okay, no problem. We'll read the purport. The science of learning a subject matter seriously is different from the sentiments of the fanatics. Fanatics or fools may consider the Lord's activities in relation with the external energy to be useless for them, and they may falsely claim to be higher participants in the internal energy of the Lord, but factually the Lord's activities in relation with the external energy and the internal energy are equally good. On the other hand, those who are not completely free from the clutches of the Lord's external energy should devoutly hear regularly about the activities of the Lord in relation with the external energy. Okay. They should not foolishly jump. Give me 1 second, somebody joined. Okay. They should not foolishly jump up to the activities of the Lord's internal energy, falsely attracted by such activities as His Ras Leela. The cheap reciters of the Bhagavatam are very much enthusiastic about the activities of the Lord's internal potency, and the pseudo devotees, absorbed in material sense enjoyment, falsely jump to the stage of liberated souls, and thus fall down deeply into the clutches of external energy. Wow. Okay. Some of them think that to hear about the pastimes of the Lord means to hear about His activities with the gopis, or about His pastimes like lifting the Govardhan, and they have nothing to do with the Lord's plenary expansions as the Purusha Avtaras, and their pastimes of the creation, maintenance, or annihilation of the material worlds. But a pure devotee knows that there is no difference between the pastimes of the Lord, either in Rasa Leela or in creation, maintenance, or destruction of the material world. Rather, the descriptions of such activities of the Lord as the Purusha avatars are especially meant for persons who are in the clutches of the external energy. Topics like the Rasa Leela are meant for the liberated souls and not for the conditioned souls. Again, topics like the Rasa Leela are meant I need to hear this message or read this message from Vrinda. Okay. Yeah, Manurani, I got your message, so that's fine. We will read and we'll take care today. Topics like the Ras Leela are meant for the liberated souls and not for the conditioned souls. The conditioned souls therefore must hear with appreciation and devotion of the conditioned souls therefore must hear with appreciation and devotion of the Lord's pastimes in relationship with the external energy. And such acts are as good as hearing of Rasa Leela in the liberated stage. Again, the conditioned souls therefore must hear with appreciation and devotion of the Lord's pastimes in relationship with the external energy, and such acts are as good as the hearing of Rasa Leela in the liberated stage. A conditioned soul should not imitate the activities of liberated souls. Lord Sri Chaitanya never indulged in hearing the Rasa Leela with ordinary man. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Science of God, the first 9 cantos prepare the ground for hearing the 10th canto. This will be further explained in the last chapter of this canto. In the 3rd canto, it will be more explicit. A pure devotee of the Lord, therefore, must begin reading or hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from the very beginning and not from the 10th canto. We have several times been requested by some so-called devotees to take up the 10th canto immediately. But we have refrained from such an action because we wish to present Srimad Bhagavatam as the science of Godhead and not as a sensuous understanding of the conditioned souls. This is forbidden by such authorities as Sri Brahmaji. By reading and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam as a scientific presentation, the conditioned souls will gradually be promoted to the higher status of transcendental knowledge after being freed from the illusory energy based on sense enjoyment. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we'll discuss some points. So I'm sure all of us got a very good understanding of what Srila Prabhupada is very, very clearly mentioning here. First of all, when we read Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada is saying we have to start from Canto 1, Chapter 1, like very systematically. Like very fortunately, all of us have been doing on this morning call every morning, or at least 5 days a week, right? Verse by verse, chapter by chapter. And there is a tendency in some people, or some, Srila Prabhupada is calling them as pseudo-devotees. He is not calling them devotees, who thinks that only the pastimes of Sri Krishna mentioned in Canto 10 are to be heard or are most important. Of course, those Vrindavan pastimes are very sweet, very intimate. But in the conditioned state that we all are in, or I am in, any other canto or chapter or verse is as important as the intimate pastimes of Krishna mentioned in Canto 10. So that's a very beautiful instruction from Srila Prabhupada. Because why Srila Prabhupada is saying that? Because if we jump, it's just like a class or grade 1 student jumping to university level course. He will get bewildered. He will not understand, right? So first we need to understand who Krishna is, who the Supreme God is. And we have heard in the last few verses, even Krishna does not understand himself completely because he's ever expanding, ever his glories, his pastimes, his qualities are ever expanding. Even the Ananta Shesh, who has millions of mouths, since time immemorial, like millions and billions of unlimited years, he's trying to glorify Krishna's pastimes, his names, his qualities, but he's still not completely satisfied. So that personality is the Supreme Lord, Shri Krishna. So first we need to understand that Shri Krishna as it is in the Tattva. Then we can think about making loving relationship with Krishna in any rasa, in any form, like in the parent-child relationship, or as a friendly relationship, or as a dasya, in the dasya bhav, or madhurya bhav. Then we can think about. First, we need to understand. Unless we understand the glories of somebody, we will not initiate to make intimate relationship with that person, right? We want to make friends with people whose glories or whose qualities we know. We don't want to make friendship with somebody who has no quality, right? Or who is not, in our view, who is not so much glorified. We might have a relationship, but intimate relationship is made when we understand the glories, the qualities of the other person. So first we need to understand. So that's why first 9 cantos are as important as the canto 10. But definitely our goal should be, it's not that we get satisfied just reading, first 9 cantos or first chapter of canto 1 or just canto 2. Our goal should definitely be to enter into the Vrindavan pastimes of Krishna. But there has to be a process for that. That is the point. Srila Prabhupada gave us, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give us the highest form of bhakti that is possible, which is the bhakti of Krishna in the mood of the Brajvasis, the residents of Vrindavan. So definitely that should be our goal in this moment. We should not satisfy or just take less, but we should progress step by step. Not that we just jump into canto 10 and become pseudo devotees from Prabhupada's perspective, right? Because then the bhakti becomes cheap. So let's see what other points we can take. All of you can also share your points, realizations. If you can raise your hand or chat. So the goal is definitely to develop love for Krishna. And the only way to do that is 2 most important ways, or I would say 3 most important ways. Number 1, for us in this age of Kali Yuga, chanting the names of Krishna. That is the process, most important process, foundational process for us. Second is describing, like Srila Prabhupada says in the translation, describing, appreciating, and hearing the activities of Krishna. How? In the association. In the association with his different energies. Whether it is his Purushavatars, his pastimes regarding how he creates the whole material creation, how he appears in different forms, Narsingha, Vamana, Rama, Matsya, Kurma, right? So all those pastimes of Krishna, or Dwarka Leela, or Vrindavan Leela, or his conversation with Uddhav Maharaj in the 11th canto. All those, everything, all these activities should be described. By whom? By us. As devotees, we should get together and glorify and appreciate. Meaning, when we say appreciate, we absorb those pastimes in our heart. And when this is done regularly, nityaṁ bhagavata sevya, done regularly, just not as a ritual, not that we just join the call this morning, every morning, and our attention is somewhere else, right? No, with devotion and respect, right? With devotion. So when anything we are doing, we should have this consciousness. How can this activity can increase the quality of my devotion, the quality of my japa, the quality of my service, the quality of my association with devotees? So we should have this goal very, very consciously. Otherwise, why should we come every morning, right? For 1 hour and here. 1 hour is a big percentage of our day out of 24 hours. We all are so fortunate that we have this interest to join and hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day. All of you are glorious in that way. Taking out 1 hour for ordinary people in this world, if you tell them, oh, come for the call for 1 hour, they don't even have 1 minute for that. So that is definitely very glorious. But now we want to become more spiritually greedy. It's just like I always say, I'm Agrawal, right? I'm Bania. So I always say, any investment, any money, or any time we spend, how much am I getting the return? So I'm not saying that we should expect something from Krishna or from devotees, but I am sure you got the idea. If I'm investing my time in something, rather I do it completely with wholehearted intention, so that I can get the best out of it. And we will get this transcendental realization from Srimad Bhagavatam, and most benefit when we are completely absorbed. Srila Prabhupada is guaranteeing here. Shri Shukdev Goswami is giving the guarantee. If this is done regularly with devotion and respect, one is sure to get out of the illusory energy of the Lord. Then then the effect of Maya will not touch us. As long as we are in this world, Maya will be around us, but her effect will not be there. She will hand us over to Yog Maya, Bhakti Devi, under the shelter of Srimati Radharani. So, and what happens when we hear these pastimes regularly with devotion and respect and get absorbed in them, our desire to serve increases. And then we have this desire to organize festivals for Krishna, not for us, not for our sometimes we might be doing some arrangements or festivals to feel good for us. No, the idea should be to satisfy the senses of the Lord. Just like our Rath Yatra is coming tomorrow. Wonderful, wonderful opportunity for so many devotees to serve in so many ways. And all of you are serving in so many ways. Somebody is going to, actually since last couple of weeks, everybody is, or not even last couple of weeks, last few months, so many devotees are meditating, getting together, talking about, planning, right? And so what we are trying to do is, we are trying to use this material energy, because right now we are under the clutches of this material energy, but we are trying to transform it into, by the method of devotional service, we are transforming it into spiritual energy. And anything touches Krishna, Lord Jagannath, becomes spiritual. So many devotees are planning, talking about it, thinking about it, mm, mm, nicely arguing about it so that we can serve the Krishna in the best way, right? Um, everybody bringing their opinions, their thoughts on the table, and we are um, we are thinking about it. So the idea is we are getting absorbed in the Rath Yatra. Those of you who have been involved, I'm sure you are understanding what I'm trying to say. We are continuously thinking about the overall Rath Yatra. Already we are visualizing how it will be, or we are thinking about our individual services. How can I do it in the best way to make sure all the arrangements are there? Of course, in the end, everything rests on Krishna, how he wants to get served, right? Um, so one thing we should always remember, although we might plan and make all the effort, ultimately it is Krishna who decides how he wants to get served. So our focus should be our intention and our efforts. There should not be a tinge of excuse in that, but how it will manifest after we do our whole effort, we rest it to Krishna, how he want to get served, because ultimately it is for his pleasure, and his pleasure only he knows. What mood he is in, how he want to get served, only he knows, right? And Krishna is very dynamic in his mood, in his activities, in his pastimes. When we associate with Krishna in whatever way through our services, it will not be static all the time. There is no fixed model. Okay, now I have done the service like this. This is how Krishna will reciprocate with me. Because that's how he has done in the past with me or other devotees. It's a very important point. Because if we understand this point, we will always be joyful in our services, extremely joyful. Because now we understand, however Krishna will reciprocate with me, in my understanding, in my conditioned understanding, it might not be the outcome I wanted, but he's accepting my service and he's reciprocating in different way today. So just it's a joyful understanding. Then we can really for sure understand and enjoy this devotional service. So everybody is serving very nicely, and that's the point. Was that when we hear the glories of Lord regularly, our hearts start cleansing. And then when our heart starts cleansing, then our desire to serve Krishna more and more and more and more, we want to do it more and more. And so tomorrow is a wonderful day. I'm sure all of you will be there. So let's make it the best Rath Yatra so far, at least in our intention and our efforts. And we look forward to see all of you tomorrow in the wonderful Jagannath Rath Yatra festival. And any questions, any comments, feel free to unmute yourself and we can discuss. I will read the translation once again. The Lord's activities in association with his different energies should be described, appreciated, and heard in accordance with the teachings of the Supreme Lord. If this is done regularly with devotion and respect, one is sure to get out of the illusory energy of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Anyone has any comments? Any questions? Am I still audible? Hopefully. Okay. Thank you, Manohari. So, any one point you might have liked or you want to correct or want to share, that will be very nice. We still have 15 minutes. Okay. If no points, maybe we can conclude today. And thank you so much for joining this morning. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.